Grace is a divine enablement to fulfill God's purpose. Grace is a divine enablement. The truth is that none of us can meet up to the standard of God. That's the truth. It's just like, what I mean by grace is a divine enablement. It's just like someone that is way taller than me. If that person, we want to work together, and I'm trying to walk at his height, I can't walk at his height. But grace gives you a platform to walk on. Imagine if I'm walking on this platform and there is someone that is taller than me here standing. You discover that I'm at his height. But it is this platform that is the grace. Grace lifts you up to God's standard. Grace lifts you up to that point whereby you cannot meet by yourself. It enables you. It makes it easy to do what God wants you to do. That's grace. But many times is that we ignore grace and we try to use our strengths. Let's go back to that example of a taller person than myself. Imagine if I can see this, instead of me climbing this platform so that I can meet up with his height, I stay on the same ground with him and I'm trying to stretch my leg. One, I will not meet up to him. Two, and I will be under stress. That's how many Christians are living their life. They are struggling to please God. They are struggling to live righteous. And God said, no, I've not called you to a life of struggling. Just come and access grace. Climb on this platform. That's grace. Grace is a divine enablement that make it easy. Imagine if I'm now walking on this platform. I walk easily, yet I'm still at the same height of that tall man. That's grace. God wants us to access grace. God wants us to, you see, many times when we say, oh, I'm trying to live holy, I'm trying to live righteous, I'm trying to fulfill God's, don't try. Submit to grace. Don't struggle. What you just need to do is to submit to grace. If there is any way you are having challenges in your Christian walk, just say, God, I commit this aspect of my life. Father, release grace for me to walk in this aspect of my life. Just cry for grace. That's what God is calling us for tonight. That we may access grace for every part of our life that we are not living up to God's expectations. That we may climb the platform and walk easily and simple, yet we are not struggling. That's grace. So grace is a divine enablement that gives us access to God.